So I am headed to pick my husband up. It is 5 o'clock a.m. I'm tired. We're down to one vehicle because he needs to put his personal truck in the shop. Sorry, my glass is dirty. I don't think he's here yet though. But I thought I'd record and talk to you guys. I have a video coming out later today, and it's dealing with where I'm at now. Truckers and fuel. It's like every single day we are hit with something, and we have to adapt. I thought that was him, but is that him? No, that's not him. No, that's not him. My husband's been driving trucks for almost 12 years now. Yeah, he is not here yet, and I don't know where he's gonna park when he does get here, because where he usually parks, somebody else is parked there. So I'm gonna just back up a little bit and yeah, I put the car, I'm so tired. I put the car in park and tried to drive. Where they do that at? So I'm gonna sit here and wait to see where he parks his vehicle. Matter of fact, let me just back up over here. That way I'm not in anybody's way. But it's so much with having a spouse that drives trucks. I guess you almost related to someone who was in the military and always have to leave or whatever, which he was in the military before. Okay, so I'm gonna sit here and see when he gets here where he's gonna park. That way I can pull in front of him. But it's a lot to do with it. When he first started driving trucks, it was difficult because we had been working in our business together for, 6 years. So there was no, you're not here, you're missing stuff. But it became, you're gone, you're chasing the dollar, and we got to figure out a better way because, y'all, it was not easy. It was a lot of stress on our marriage, having to deal with that. And he worked for a few companies before he finally, became owner-operator. Best decision ever, even though at that point I was like, I'm just tired of you driving trucks. I'm just tired of you driving trucks because it was just stressful. But he is, hold on. He is owner operator now, and it's a whole lot more that goes along with that because we pocket a lot of things. And I say we, but it's, it's him pocketing stuff, but it affects us at home and what we can do and how much we can do because he has an older truck. He has a Freightliner that's like a 2001. When he first got the truck, and the truck came with issues, but he's the type of person, he knows how to work on his own things. So that wasn't an issue. And getting parts wasn't an issue either. Every now and then he would have to stick it in the shop for something that was a little more major. Like when he had to get his engine, I think he got a new engine or overhaul, I can't remember what happened, but he had to put it in the shop for that, and that was expensive, you know. And so now with fuel prices going up, let's see if we can see what fuel prices are. Here's fuel prices. $5.83 for if you use your credit, and then $5.78 if you use cash, and then $4.19 is what they are charging for us regular vehicles. But prices continuing to go up, like almost $6. It's crazy that we have to think about how we do things now. Like, he's never been one to just jump on a load, because he knows that if that load is not gonna pay him enough, depending on the miles and then how heavy it is, because he drives flatbed. His truck is similar to that truck with the blue lights on it, and he drives tractor. I'm so tired, Jesus Christ. I didn't go to bed until almost 2 o'clock, and that's my fault. But he drives a flatbed, so he's never like driving dry vans or reefer trucks, which, you know, are refrigerated trucks. His brother did. His brother drives trucks too. His brother started like years after he did, and he only drives like, I don't know if he's driving a reefer truck now, but I know he drives like a dry van. But my husband doesn't like the dry van, even though you could just back up, let them put it in, and you can just go. And that didn't even sound right with me saying it. But yeah, y'all. So with the flatbed, it's even more work to it. You see how that is right there. You got to strap your, once they put the load down. Well, first, when he was with the company, he had to find loads. Like, he would try to find loads. At one point, he had me looking at the board. He was trying to get me to do dispatch, and I still may do dispatch. I don't know. They get paid pretty good, and it would cut his dispatch from getting money, and the money would stay in the house. So that's something to think about. But with the flatbed, it's just a lot of wear and tear on your body, because not only are you driving so many miles and hours to get to your load, once they get that load on there, you got to get out and you got to throw those straps over that load and get up in that load and tighten it down, and I mean all this other stuff that, you know, can really hurt your body. And he, you know, he has a lot of aches and pains, not just from driving trucks, but from being in the military, from playing football in his high school. I mean, just a whole lot of stuff. And a couple of times he's even, while trying to strap up his truck, he's actually fallen and come really close to, you know, hitting his head. So it's really dangerous, you know. You don't think that, but it's really dangerous out here. And so you're paying all this money for fuel. You're paying to eat in places that don't agree with your body. Really inflames your body even more because, you know, of the processed food and stuff. But that's what you do when you're out trying to make a living for your family. You make sacrifices. Your family makes sacrifices. So, you know, it might seem like, oh, I get to go all these different places, and yes, you do. And it would be great, yeah, if we were at a point where, you know, the kids, both the kids are gone, and then we could just go together or something like that. But it can be straining. It can be really straining on your marriage, having to deal with somebody who's gone all the time. Now, he is the owner operator, but he leased his truck onto a company. He leases his truck out to a company, and you know, they call him about loads and stuff like that. And if he liked the load, if it's paying enough, it's depending on where it's going, that he would get it. But now he's more I don't know how to say it. He has like a primary load that he's doing. So, you know, he's only working like he can work 5 days a week, but he's working like 4 days this week. And, you know, if we need like extra money, then he'll work like 5 days or something. But other than that, I mean, he's making better money than he was making when he first got in. When you first get in and you coming straight from being a student, you pretty much taking whatever you can get. Like, he's worked for that company, Western Express, before, and they suck with their pay. They really do. And a couple of other companies. It's a benefit to him working for himself. And then there's cons to it, because while you're getting more of the money, you still have more obligation that you have to take care of, from getting your truck repaired, whether you're doing it yourself, which he's saving money by doing it himself, except for when he's got to replace tires or anything else, then, you know, that's gonna cost him. So, and that's coming out of his pocket. You know, he's not getting a loan from the company to do it. Now, he's done that before when he was actually working for a company, but he was like paying for his truck. This is before he actually owns it outright. No payments, no monthly payments. Oh, thank God, because that freed up a whole lot of money. But this life can be hard. It can be really hard. And I be trying to get him to come on and talk, but you know, that turns into an argument, because he's not a YouTube person. Like, y'all might see him every now and then in a video, but that's just because we're out and about and I capture him in a video. But to just be in the video, he is not gonna do it. Should be here by now. That's the problem. But like some truck stops, they give you perks for fueling with them. Like, he get free showers here because he, you know, the points add up every time you get fuel and stuff like that. Like, he's even been like, well, you know, you can give your fuel perks out to other people if you want to. Oh, somebody, he's picking up trash. I thought somebody done broke down. And that's another thing, that little truck right there. If you have an issue with your vehicle, they'll come and they'll jump start you. You know, they don't charge you now if you not on the property. They'll charge you. They do have a shop out here where they fix, they work on trucks and stuff like that. But lately, I've been hearing that they've been having a hard time getting parts, and it's been taking a while. So some truckers have to like literally sit and wait for their part to come, which means they can't take loads, they can't make money, if your wheels aren't spinning, then you are not winning. But I just wanted to come on and y'all look out for that video later today. Y'all have a blessed morning. And if I didn't say good morning, good morning. Thanks so much for being here. I see somebody leaving out now, going God knows where. You just have to pray for your family when they're, especially if they're, you know, driving trucks. You got to pray for them, because I know people like say truckers, they drive all crazy. But I be listening to some of the stories that he tell me, and I'm like, are you serious? Like a couple weeks ago, he told me about, he was driving on the highway and this lady like rolled up next to him and was blowing her horn and, you know, gesturing for him to pull over. And I was like, what did you do? And he was like, I hesitated, but I pulled over. I say, you don't know if that was a setup or not. Why would, you know, and he's not that type of person to do that. You know, he always thinks about what could happen. But he pulled over, and she was, there he is now, and she was trying to tell him, you hit my car. And her car had damage on the side of it, but his vehicle had nothing on it. And he was like, ma'am, those are old scratches. I didn't touch your car. There he is right there. Take on my baby. Let's see, where's he gonna park at? But yeah, it's some weird stories out here, the stuff he tell me. Like, he'll be driving and, you know, you can look down in people's car and the things that people be doing. Oh my God. While driving on the highway. I was like, I can't even say some of the stuff that he said that he, you know, would see. But you can imagine. No, there are some truckers out here that are, some of them can be rude. I'm gonna be honest, some of them can be really, really rude. But you never know, they probably was having a bad day, you know. Maybe they weren't able to find a load, or they having to drop a load off but don't have another load. In order to make money, when you drop a load, you want to be able to pick up a load and keep moving. Otherwise, you're just driving for free. I guess he found him a spot. Let's see, let's pull over there where he is. So I had to back up because I needed to see what he was gonna do. Oh, showing just how dirty my windshield is. And I have to go home and get a couple hours of sleep and then drive to Sumter, South Carolina, because do I need to move? I tried not to go all the way up so he could straighten up. Let's see. Reverse. I'm going to visit my mom at my brother's house. You can't even see him. Like, I be like looking for him. I'm like, where is he parked at? And he'll back all the way up where you can't even see his freaking truck. But y'all, this is a good, it can be a good life if you know how to manage getting your loads, and that people are not crapping all over you in the process. Because in the beginning, he was one of those ones that, you know, got essed on when it came to getting decent loads or whatever. Or sometimes your dispatch, they'll be friends with someone, another trucker, so they'll give all the good loads to that trucker, like the high price ones and stuff like that. I remember he went out to California when he was with it. He didn't own his vehicle then. He was an owner operator. And he went out to California and he was like, I'll never go back. He was like, I'll never go back. They have so many rules and regulations. Like next week, like usually on DOT week, he won't drive his truck because he has an older vehicle. He's not driving a new vehicle like that. He's driving an older vehicle. So even if everything is working on there, the tires are good and all that, he always makes sure all that stuff is good. Because it's an older vehicle, they know they're going to find something. No matter how minute it is, they're going to find it. So he usually don't drive the week of DOT. Like he was saying last week, he was like, DOT coming up. I was like, so are you driving or are you not driving? He was like, I'm gonna drive. It should be okay. I'm gonna drive, so we'll see. Hopefully, he don't get cited for anything. He's always working on his truck and replacing things. His bumper's been replaced. He had to replace a mirror because another trucker hit it. And like you could be parked, and like he was parked a few times and we were on the phone talking, and then I could hear him say, what the hell was that? And so he, we get off the phone, he called me back, he's like, man, somebody ran into the back of my trailer, the flatbed part. So he's had to replace stuff on there. It's just, it's rough. And when his dad drove truck, well, he didn't drive it, he bought a truck and he parked it in a parking lot in Columbia, South Carolina, and it wasn't working good. It was the truck that he had just bought from somebody. And so by the time he got back to get that truck, man, other truck drivers had taken a lot of stuff off of that truck. Mirrors, whatever they could take that they needed, like those stacks right there. People will take your stacks. The 2 silver pieces that come up out the side look like little antennas. They'll take them. You leave your truck somewhere long enough. So, yeah. You have to give them their props, these truckers, but some of them, I don't know. So, y'all, again, I'll see y'all later on this afternoon. Stay tuned for that video because it's really, really important. The things that I'm telling you in there, the tips that I'm giving you, the information that I'm showing you is really important, because with what's happening now and about to increase to the point where everybody's going to notice it and more news outlets will be talking about it, it's going to be detrimental to how you stock up and how much supplies are out there. So I'll see y'all then. Bye.